before it gets made into a bottle.
5 times
Yes.
every batch. Wow, look at that color. So all of that color comes not necessarily from the char itself, but from that little red line behind the char.
That's right. All of it comes from that red line.
And that's also where pulling that out is also where a lot of the aromatic and flavor comes from.
We get a lot of the nose comes from the wood.
So in a way, what you distill is a solvent that extracts burnt wood.
Well, actually, I prefer to think of myself as an alchemist. I take corn and turn it into gold.
Nice, nicely done. Well, I'm going to have a sip, see how gold it really is. Oh, that's nice. How about you just put that plug back in there and put that in the back of my car? Okay. Thanks, Dave. Finally, our bourbon goes into the yolk mixture. There we go. Now this, we will stash in our chill and bring out the egg whites, which we will now beat to soft peaks. Not until we've cleaned these. Little soapy water. Little clean rinse. Crystal clean. Soft peaks. Here we come. There we have soft peaks. How do you know? That's how you know. Now it is safe to add the sugar. Slowly, very slowly. Just sprinkle it on. At this point, it will not cause the bubbles to collapse. If we'd done it any earlier, it might not have formed. Well, they would have, but it would have taken a long time. Now, about that whole don't get any egg yolks in the whites business, let me explain. You got... Here. Stiff peaks. I'll be back. Now, I realize we've probably covered this lesson in other programs at different times, but you know, some things just bear repeating. What we're talking about, of course, are foams. Now, what is a foam? Well, it's really just a big old pile of bubbles, right? Well, what's a bubble? Well, if you look at it, it's really just a protein matrix trapping little droplets of water. Why, if you could look close enough at any one of these bubbles, it would look kind of like a, well, it would look like a window. See, the muttons and the mullions, or is it muttons and whatever, these wooden things are the proteins, and then in between you've got the water, which is the glass, okay? Now the proteins are held together via hydrogen bonds, and that's kind of like, well, hold on a sec. When you beat egg whites, you are essentially unraveling protein strands and stretching them until they can literally reach out and hook up with other protein strands. This creates a stable superstructure for the bubble. Thank you, thank you. If, however, egg yolks crash the party, it's a bad thing because, you see, egg yolks are mostly fat. So when the bonds try to form... Oops, sorry. Whoa, 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 good. I think you've got stiff peaks. We'll take a look. Yeah, those are plenty good. Now, to integrate these, we could do the traditional custard fold with a spatula, but I really don't want to, take that kind of time. So just turn your mixer onto a low speed and slowly pour in the custard. Chill thoroughly before serving. Oh, and as for leftovers, just chill them for up to a couple of days and then refroth with either your trusty hand mixer or in your blender. You know, world-class bourbons contain complex flavors, thanks in part to natural impurities called congeners. Now, this collection of esters, acids, aldehydes, and higher alcohols are created by the fermentation process. So they can also create in over-imbibers a seedy set of symptoms known as a hangover. Clear spirits like vodka and gin don't contain nearly as many congeners, so they don't typically generate such miserable mornings after. A cure? Well, since eggs contain cysteine, a substance that offsets the toxic acetaldehydes in question, it could be that a glass of eggnog, sans booze, might just help. Eggnog thing? No. Oh, well, you did it to yourself.
Alton Brown, this is the food police.
Great Scott!
Come out with your beverages up.
Why don't you guys go pick up somebody else?
We know you've been using raw eggs in there. We don't like it one bit.
I used pasteurized shell eggs. They're perfectly safe.
Yeah, whatever. Put the eggnog in the bucket.
Okay. Dad, get out of here.
All of it, Brown.
Oh, Father. There. Stinkers. You sneaky stinkers.
Name caller.
Fine. Government says that eggs aren't safe unless they're heated to 160. Fine. We'll do that. After all, eggnog is nothing really but a custard waiting to be stirred into existence. So that's what we're going to do. We'll custardize it. All I need is this saucepan. Yeah, this saucepan. That's all I need. And we'll add to that the very same pint of milk, the very same cup of cream, and the very same teaspoon of nutmeg. I need the 3 ounces of bourbon, but I wouldn't want to add that now, not if we're going to heat this, because believe me, heat control is the secret to this entire operation. So I'm going to put this over high heat and bring it to a boil, but never, ever, ever turn your back on this or it'll boil over. I don't trust it. I don't trust it so much that I'm actually going to work my eggs and sugar right on top of it. Why not? We could use a little heat. So while that is coming to a boil, we'll place in the top our 4 egg yolks. And we're going to beat those until they are light in texture and color. Now, time to add our 1/3 cup of sugar, very, very slowly. There, once we have reached ribbon stage, that comes off because we do not want that to get hot. And turn our attention back to our milk mixture. When this hits a boil, turn off the heat. Now, if we have timed things properly, something wonderful will happen. Bring your bowl with your eggs nearby. I can keep mine on the counter. If yours skids around, a little ring of wet paper towel should keep it in place. Oh, and we're also going to need a ladle. Okay. So, we will start stirring this again, just to loosen it up, and we'll take a ladle full of the hot mixture and very slowly drizzle it in, whisking very quickly. Now, this, of course, is called tempering, and basically we're just trying to slowly elevate the temperature of the eggs so that they will not curdle. Just go ahead and add this right back to the pot. Still whisking, though. There. Now comes the miracle part. If we have played our cards right, we will be exactly at the 160 degrees that the government seems to think is so important. 55, 162. Perfect. No extra heat required. Oh, almost forgot the secret ingredient, the bourbon. Hey, it looks like Thing didn't get to it this time. That's good. Now let this mixture cool down and then refrigerate. When the nog is thoroughly chilled, you are ready to fold in the final foam. By the way, for this batch, pasteurized egg whites. They are readily available in modern megamarts, even if pasteurized shell eggs aren't. And they whip up exactly the same. Time to compare, I think. Yep, both very, very good. The cooked version, of course, is a little thicker, almost shake-like, because of the coagulated proteins. It is a cooked custard. But, you know, that thickness, I don't know, I don't think it's quite as refreshing. I like the original version better. I'm glad I saved some.
Brown, put it back in the bucket. In the bucket.
You know, the holidays are a treacherous time, my friends. People are always just showing up, unexpected and uninviting, wanting to be fed or watered. How can you possibly be prepared for this onslaught? More eggnog, of course. For instance, if you're like me and you keep around plenty of the cooked custard base without the egg white foam worked into it, well, then you could surprise your various guests with delicious eggnog ice cream. That's right, it's a drink, it's an ice cream base, it's both. Just crank up your favorite ice cream maker and pour in one whole batch of your cooked eggnog mixture. In about 20 minutes, you'll have a delicious soft serve product that you can enjoy right on the spot. Yum. Or, of course, you can move that to an airtight container and harden it overnight, at least 8 hours, in your freezer. Equally delightful. Now, I should point out that feeding this to the kiddies on Christmas Eve will help them nod off ever so quickly, but you could, of course, make it without the bourbon in it. though I can't really see where the cheer is in that. Well, America, I hope that you've gained a little appreciation for the noble old nog. Not only is it historically significant, culinarily versatile, and scientifically fascinating, it's a free-flowing, glowing nectar, well deserving of the title, Good Eats. I'm Alton Brown. See you next time.